My name is Eniola Adesanya, and I'm the team chair of the LSS Judiciary.
My name is Oyedamola and I'm a judge.
Parabel, and I'm a judge. My name is Olade, and I'm a judge. My name is Ada MD, I'm the chief registrar.
My name is Fatso Babalola, and I'm a registrar in Judiciary.
Hey, and I'm a stenographer. This is Mara, and I'm a clerk in Judiciary.
The chairman. I'm a clerk in Judiciary.
My name is Obia Yadimulu, and I'm a stenographer in Judiciary. It's Precious, and I'm a stenographer. I'm a registrar. I'm a registrar. I'm a tech.
I'm Didis, and I'm a clerk.
And I'm a stenographer. And I'm a clerk. My name is Precious, and I'm a registrar. Passing the phone to someone who always comes late to meetings.
Passing the phone to the most cheerful person.
I'm passing the phone to the most calmest person. I'm passing the phone to the most confident person.
So I'm passing the phone to the shortest person in the judiciary.
Passing the phone to the most optimistic person. I'm passing the phone to the church girl. I'm passing the phone to the most unbothered person. Passing the phone to the most audacious person in the judiciary.
Hi.
What does your position entail as a chief judge?
Let me first start by what the judiciary is a little about. So the judiciary operates just like it is in the real world. We sit on cases, and even though we sit on real cases, we also mostly sit on mock cases, also to like aid the learning processes. You know, as lawyers, we need to also have like hands-on practical experiences in litigation. So the judiciary helps with that. And so we have judges, we have clerks, we have stenographers, and we have registrars. So as the chief judge, my duty is like, a judge and then a chief judge. So basically like the head of the judges, like the chief administrative officer of all the judges. And so I, conduct judicial council meetings. I ensure that all proceedings, I just basically do everything that should be done as the head of all the judges, and also the face, like the chief representative or the representative of the judiciary.
The role of a judge includes, firstly, we sit on cases, we hear counsels in mock proceedings within the LSS. Then also we make rulings and judgments on these matters.
I aid counsels in filing their pleadings. I help judges while they are working and how they are adjudicating cases, and many other things that are basically needed for. As a stenographer, we take minutes of court proceedings. Basically, we take recordings of what goes on during a court proceeding, and after we take it back and we type down exactly what went down in court so that the judges can use them for their future judgments, and other judges and other people can use them as references.
Work of the clerk in the court is swearing in oaths and witnesses also, and also other in court was basically 2 clerks and 1 registrar. So we're just helping the judges and helping the registrar out.
What has your experience been so far as a chief judge?
It's been amazing, to be honest. I love it. I love being chief judge. There's a lot of work, but it's fun. Like, I think what I love the most is the fact that you know how they say no man is an island, right? So it's like you keep learning, and like you cannot run from learning now that you're chief judge. So it's like, even sometimes when we have cases and somebody just asks, oh, do I do this? And in my head, I'm like, oh, what's even the rule of law about this? So it's like, I have to get alert. I have to not only also know the law, I have to know how it is being applied. So there's the substantive law, the procedural law, and also the administrative duty that comes with it. But I love it. I actually do love it. And it's been fun and nice.
As a judge in the LSS, I didn't start as a judge. I started as a clerk, and I became a registrar as well, and now a judge. It's been a step-by-step journey, because I've really come a long way in the LSS bench. So my experience has been really enriching, because I have got to be at every phase of the bench and what we do and what makes the judiciary the judiciary.
So I'm just a new registrar, but I have been judiciary for a year and watching registrars work. It has been, being in judiciary has been nice. Seeing how cases work from the back view, it's just very nice. So yeah, it's a very good experience, I'll say. As a stenographer, I get to see cases that I'm sitting on from beginning to the end, since I have to be present so I can record what goes down. Has
I'm writing, I'm listening, and I'm learning a lot about court proceeding processes, even though I don't exactly participate in the meet and mock. As a counsel,
So what's the most intriguing case you've sat on? I think the case I've loved the most so far is the negligence case.
Acutas versus just honor.
I think Winifred versus Olsek.
Ganiyu versus Alsek.
yes, an election tribunal.
Aquitas versus Naturalis.
It was a medical negligence case. I love negligence, but I love medical negligence more. It was just like a case about literally medical negligence, like a patient complaining about actions of like a doctor. And I mean, the claimant lost, but it was still a fun case.
What made it really interesting was that I had to prepare. I had to actually read and know where each counsels were going to be making their arguments from. I also had to not make any academic bias because I'm going there to listen to what the counsels have to say. And I also think that was the very first time I learned that you have to adopt your written address before the court.
Very fun to see the weaknesses go back and forth, to see the way the counsels were going back and forth. It was just very good to see from my point of view. It was a very good view. So yeah, that was a very intriguing case.
The way the whole case went was just so funny.
I remember it because a person made a legal tender called Ebby bucks, Ebby dollars, and I don't think it was allowed since it had to do with like mutilating or copying currency or something like that. I just found it funny.
The argument was good and everything, and it was also funny also. Well, that was the best case so far. So all my 4 cases.